Hello everybody. We'll give everybody a few minutes to get in. I had an idea and I wanted to share with you. I just finished a little run and thought this might be kind of a cool thing to share. So we'll give everybody a minute to jump in. I can see that. You can see this is live and unrehearsed. Otherwise I would have gone to hair and makeup and not had this crazy little thing going on here. So anyways, as I was getting ready for my little morning bout of exercise today, I had a thought. And the thought was this. Oh, thank you for the hearts. So, it's been scientifically proven that metaphors are one of the most effective, efficient, and just all around awesome ways for us to learn. Our unconscious brain processes it better than our conscious mind does. We're able to take in more information, and oftentimes it helps us leapfrog over the things that are in our way. Hello, hi, how are you? So, I had a metaphor that I thought might be kind of cool to make up as I go. And you can draw your own conclusions from it. So, here we go. Okay, and then if you have questions about it afterwards, I'll answer questions. And you guys, thank you so much for the hearts. Okay, here we go. So, sometimes in life, we have the opportunity to take a journey. And I don't know if you can see this, but the journey might look something like this. And the hardest part of it is almost always in nearly the very first step, right? Because it's just that initial thing. There's no momentum right here. So we have to take that first step to get the momentum going, right? We have to take first step. Now, once we get going, see, there's a lot of times it can be really scary to take that first step because we have our apprehensions, we have our stories, the shit that gets in the way, whatever it is, right? All of our reasons why we can or can't. But once we start getting going, we get some momentum. And so, if you can see, I'm moving up these guys slowly but surely, one step after the other. I'm making my way. I'm getting closer and closer to the top. Now, that doesn't mean that the journey's going to be easy. If you guys can hear, my breathing's getting a little heavier. I'm having to work harder, as it should be, right? If you want to work towards anything, you're going to have to put in some work. It's not just going to be poof, here it is. Otherwise, we'd all be sitting on our tropical islands with our umbrella drinks, but we're not. And sometimes, on the way, you might need to pause. But that doesn't mean you turn around and you go back to where you started. It just means you stop and catch your breath. Take a deep breath in, and then keep on climbing. Because as long as you keep going, and even if the steps get a little bit more labored and they get a little harder, as long as you keep going, you'll eventually get there. No matter how many times you stop, take a breath. As long as you don't go back down to where you came from, you're going to be closer to the top than you ever were to the bottom. And so you just keep climbing, and then sometimes, as you get closer and closer to your goal, the climb gets a little steeper, right? I don't know if you guys can see this, but the climb is getting steeper. And I think that's important because how are we going to know how much we really want it if we're willing to climb that, unless we're willing to climb those last few steps? And, I mean, let's be real. Anybody who's ever had to work hard for anything, how much more do you appreciate it after you have to do it last little bit? God, I know about you guys, but the parts of the workout that are the absolute best for me are the times where my lungs are just burning. I feel like I can't breathe. And then as soon as you're done, it's the most amazing, amazing sense of relief. So anyways, you keep climbing, you commit to going all the way, and you make it up those last critical few steps. Now here's what's really important. A lot of times when we get up to the top of our any goal, we just check it off our list and say, well shit, there it is, I did it, now what? What's so important, you guys, this is the most important thing, and if I could share anything with you guys, you take anything with this, is when you get it to the top, make sure you take to enjoy your view. Because the view from the top is always worth it. And even on cloudy days like it is today, even on overcast skies, you have that sense of satisfaction knowing you earned it, that you made it, that you worked hard to do it. And remember what we learned from last week in the sunrise sunset video, right? If the skies are overcast, the sun is still up there somewhere, and it's still shining down. It's still shining down on you. And when you're higher up, you're just that much closer to the sun breaking through to you. Think about it. Think about it. A lot of times we'll let the weather deter us, right? We will keep it from allowing us to achieve our dreams, achieve what we want. And here's the thing, you guys, the view from the top, it's always worth it. You are going to see way more stuff from the top than you'll ever see from below, because when you're up above, you get a perspective. You get that overlook. You get to really see all that's going on. People are always looking up, wondering what's there, but you get to see it now. And then you can adjust from here and decide where's the next spot you want to go. Case in point. Now, I didn't see all this when I was down below, and I don't know if I can zoom in. Look at that. There's a battleship coming in. Now, oh shit, how do you zoom out? I would have never seen that had I stayed down below. So the point of this whole thing is, and you can draw your own conclusions what you want, is that the view from the top, you guys, is worth it. It's worth the climb. It's worth the effort. It's worth the sacrifice. It's worth the sweat. You can see, I don't know if you can see because I moved a little slower, but I got some sweat going. Those of you who logged on in the beginning, you could see that this was live. My hair was going all over the place, so it's worth the bad hair days, the bad makeup days. Not that I wear makeup, but, you know, for those of you who do. It's worth all that. It's worth the candidness of putting yourself out there and being just raw and vulnerable like this. Because once you get to the top, it changes. And you know what? Guess what? Everybody's down there. Look how many people are up here. One other person. And that person is probably already enjoying the victory of his climb. So there's not a lot of people at the top because most people aren't willing to make the climb, you guys. Most people aren't willing to make the climb. Most people aren't willing to invest in themselves. Most people aren't willing to pick up a book beyond school. Most people aren't willing to get up in the morning and exercise, spend time reading, making their food, working on themselves, communicating in their relationships, apologizing, asking for forgiveness, letting things go. Most people just don't want to do that. Most people are too married to their excuses and their reasons and all their other stuff. And they'll never see the top like this. You guys can see it if you're willing to work for it. Thank you for all the hearts, everybody. Oh, I wouldn't be getting all the hearts I'm getting right now if I hadn't just shared this story with you all. So, key takeaways, you guys, is the climb's going to be worth it. The effort's going to be worth it. The sweat, the tears, the sacrifice, it's all going to be worth it. You just have to be willing to climb. So, my question to you all is, what's your mountain you're going to climb today? Or is it a hill? Or is it steps? Whatever it is, what are you committed to climbing? Are you committed to seeing it all the way through? When you get tired, when it starts to get a little hard, will you get deterred and will you stop? Or will you stop and take a breath and just keep going? Any questions? Do you guys have any questions at all? And while you type in questions, I'm going to walk down so I can get another lap in. Went to Santa Barbara for the sunrise. There's a climb to come. Yeah, Santa Barbara's an awesome place for sunrises. I mean, I'm obviously a little biased. Any questions? And I apologize for the jerky camera work coming down now. Are you in SB right now? I am. I am in beautiful Santa Barbara. And Santa Barbara has military vessels coming in today, it looks like. Any other questions, you guys? Was this helpful for you all? And I think I have it set up now so it will save and upload to YouTube and all those things. I know there's been some problems with other videos not quite doing that. And that's not the technology's fault. That's my ineptitude with the technology's fault. Any questions at all? Yes, questions? Going once? Going twice? Alright, you guys, I think I'll log off then. I'm going to climb back up these stairs. Sometimes we get caught up in the routine and forget the metaphor. That's a very powerful takeaway. Sometimes we get caught up in the routine and forget the metaphor. You know what? I think that's a great metaphor itself, too. I think that's a fantastic metaphor itself. So, you guys, thanks for hanging out. Thank you, everybody, for all the hearts. I really appreciate it. I know tapping isn't always the easiest thing, and it just, again, it helps me get my message out, helps other people. I'll repost this on YouTube a little later if you find value in it. As long as you guys, I appreciate it. It means a lot when you share stuff because it just helps me get my message out here. And we'll do another one of these again soon. I hope you guys are all enjoying the Periscope experience. This is again a new platform for me, so I'm kind of learning of where I can fit it into my day-to-day life, and we'll do this again soon. All right, everybody, take care. Have an awesome day.